Okay, this is going to get one live tweet per city. So for every city here, I can get a tweet, and I'm going to type in Corona, and let's see what it comes back with for all of the cities. So it's going to work its way through all of these cities and get tweets for that. So you can then do research on all of these hashtags. So you just keep putting in the hashtags, then you can get tweets, and all of those tweets have been done. And this is there's all the results that we've got back for all of these cities. So we type in so you can do research there, and then you can store all of these at a later, and look at them at a later stage. So this is how you would use it. So therefore this is a use case. So I'm going to go for COVID now, and that's going to go in, and it's going to get it's scroll through all the cities, come back with COVID, see what it comes up with, and then it's going to start plotting them all. Okay, so they're the results that have come back based on a random sentiment that I'm putting in. Again, you've got to remember, I'm not actually going to the Microsoft Azure at this time. I can activate that in order to get a real tweet sentiment back, but that's going to cost money every time we run it. So you want to let me know, and we'd have to we'd have to put some money into that thing. At the moment, it's just coming back with a random sentiment that I'm generating. So so I would probably expect negative on COVID-19 worldwide. Again, apparently it's positive in Calcutta, but again, that's something that we're generating here randomly in order just to demonstrate the principle. Okay, but therefore that's a use case that you could use it for your research. You could type in COVID-19 now, then get your tweets, and then put COVID-19 in a week or two, and see how the hashtag is trending around the world. And then you could go into your stored tweets, and you see I've put in COVID-19. So you could put COVID-19 into keep running COVID-19 every day for a week, and then go on COVID-19, and that would go into your stored tweets, and it'll start plotting all that stuff. All right, so that's how you can be used in a use case. If you want to browse the tweets, you can look at there, and it's going to put in COVID there worldwide for all the cities, and then I'm going to load the tweets for that COVID, and that's what we've actually just ran that now. So that's the full text, and you could have a look at all of that, what it's saying there, longitude and latitude, and that's the actual text. So you can do some research like that in finding out, you've got the date of the tweets, so you could start looking at COVID at different times and look at all, and you could go in for a particular city. Let's say I just want to look at COVID for, let's say, New York there, right? And then I want to load the tweets for New York, and then you could see, right, with that on the 8th of the 5th, which is just now because we just ran it now, that's what it was. We had a tweet from this person, and we have the full text there, which we can view, and you can do research then that way. And you can, let's say I run COVID in a week's time, load the tweets, I'll then have 2 tweets, let's say for New York, and we can build up an idea of how that's trending around the world. And you can increase the number of tweets. At the moment it's set on 1 because you have to pay money. So we went over that long ago, right? So that's how it could be used as a research tool to find out how things have trended over a period of time, and compare and contrast different hashtags on different cities over a period of time, and then look at the actual tweet text itself, which is stored there in the full text. So that's a use case, and that's how you could use this application to do research on Twitter by interrogating the Twitter API on various hashtags in order to build up an idea of how particular hashtags are trending around the world. So that would be a use case, or how you would use this application to conduct research, which is what you wanted. So the use case, how you would use it, is what you originally wanted anyway, right? Back when you first gave me the parameters of what you wanted the application to do, that's it. That is the final result, right? So you can then close that. And they're plotted based on a random sentiment which I'm pulling. If you want the actual real tweet, we're going to have to feed it into Microsoft Azure, and every tweet costs a certain amount of money. So I decided just to bypass it for the moment, right? But ultimately it could be used as a research tool, which is what you had originally envisioned for this application. Again, I mean, it's a small app. If you wanted to put more money into the application in terms of getting live sentiment, shall we call it, from the Microsoft Azure, that's going to cost some money, etc., etc. But the bones of expansion are there in this application, and it can be used for that. It's only a final year project, however. It's not to be used by any major industrial companies. I'm sure they have more elaborate solutions which have been built up over a number of years. So yeah, that's pretty much your use case there.